What's up, Charles Morris here, and this is very shocking. What you see right here before me is it's a man tries to rob bank with a taped NES Zapper, and it was posted by Nintendo enthusiasts. Now, this is something that's supposed to be taken very, very seriously. And first off, robbing a bank is a federal crime. First off. Alright? Now, taping the NES Zapper they used to play Duck Hunt with, alright, that's going to look suspicious. Okay? First off, you walk into a bank with a gun. You break into a bank with a gun. Okay? Now, what are the first thing that employees that work in there are going to do? They're going to call the police on you. Why? Why would they call the police on you? Because they want to protect themselves. They want to protect the company from being robbed. And they don't joke around when they call the cops on you. Doesn't matter if you have a fake weapon or a real one, like this one. Now I'm going to go into the link, and I'm going to read to you what this is. An alleged criminal in Mexico might simultaneously be one of Nintendo's biggest fans and also one of the country's dumbest lawbreakers. According to the report, a man in Hermosillo, Mexico, using an NES Zapper wrapped in dark tape to try to rob a bank. Supposedly, the tape was meant to make the gun look more realistic. As you can see in the image above, the plan was not a smart one. The gun still looks rather fake, and it failed to fool the police. The man was captured shortly after the robbery and is now being investigated for more than a dozen other robberies. So, the police were not fooled by this dark taped NES Zapper because it looked exactly real. Now you can see that red button right there that just made a trigger right there, so it made it look like a trigger. I mean, he obviously might have not left an opening in the tape, but yeah. But if in his imagination, if you click the trigger, he thought he could shoot every single person in the bank and get away with stealing the cash that is saved in that vault. Now, I don't even know what was in that vault, or, I mean, I don't know what his plan was, but I can tell you he probably wanted to kill everybody in that federal bank and get away with stealing cash in the vault. Now, here's a word for all of you. If you're going to be one of those dumb, idiotic lawbreakers who takes a fake weapon, robs a bank, you're going to face your lifetime in prison for that. Because that is a federal crime. That is going to get you busted by the cops. Fake weapon or not. The fact that you broke into a bank is enough to prove that you have committed a federal crime. You don't have to go any further than that. Now, as you continue with your crime, and you kill everybody in the bank, and then take a bunch of money, and take about like $1 million, just to get yourself stinking rich, so you could go buy yourself some of the greatest guns and grenades and that stuff, and just threaten to blow the whole town up or whatever. And you want to become more than a thief. You want to become a terrorist. Next thing you're going to do is you're probably going to start trying to blow the whole town up, and you're going to try to kill as many citizens as you can before the cops bust you. Worse than that, you could probably take your weapon after you got caught stealing all the money. Well, if you were to successfully rob all the money in the bank and then go to the nearest school and then start one of those mass shootings and kill not only the people in the bank, but you're also killing teachers and children in a high school and that stuff, and that'd be worse. You know what that does? That adds to the list of crimes. You would be breaking into a bank, killing dozens of people, including the bank employees and everybody in the school. Well, a lot of people. Plus, you'd also be, well, you'd be charged for multiple crimes. And there you would have the label, the law-breaking psychomaniac. Let me tell you something. Could you live with that title? Could you live with that? It wasn't a smart idea to take that NES Zapper into a bank, wrap it up in dark tape, and make it look like you were trying to make a crime. The police busted you for that, not for your fake gun, but because you broke into a bank. That's enough to prove it. So, right there, that's what proves it right there. It proves that you have committed a crime in Mexico and you're going to face your lifetime in prison. And why did you do that? Why would you do that right before Christmas here? Oh wait, did you commit that crime because your parents were so much morons that you didn't even want to be toward them, so you just you just took dark tape you took the NES Zapper, wrapped in dark tape, go and broke into the bank and just decided to spend your Christmas with the cops. Well, you know what? Nobody cared, because you know what? You whoever did that in Mexico, you're an idiot. You're a law-breaking idiot. Mexican law-breaking idiot. And anybody else who tries to make those kind of crimes, breaking into a bank with a fake weapon, tell you what, your butt's gonna get busted by the police. So, I suggest that you people think twice before you do this. I own a lightsaber here, and I could break into a bank in the Northwest, and I could steal $1 million. But you know what? I'm not going to. First off, I know breaking into a bank is a federal crime, and second, police are not going to be fooled by me bringing a fake weapon in the Northwest Savings Bank and pretending to slaughter the employees there. There are other products out there, but they're only meant for TV games. Such as like a lightsaber game that lets you play on the television. And then there's a blaster game of the Clone Wars for Star Wars. And you would aim and shoot at enemies on the television and that stuff. But yeah, those products are only to be used for TV games. Now, the lightsaber, however, I bought that at a Disney store, so that doesn't count. But anyway, the lightsaber that's used to play the TV game and the blaster that's used to play the Clone Wars TV game, shooting TV game, guess what? They're only meant to be used for the television games. And they're not meant to be used for law-breaking purposes. And if you think that those products can be used for those kind of crimes, those federal crimes, well then you are indeed an idiot if you think that. Alright? And if you think that that they're okay used for such force as committing crimes and that stuff, well, then you're psycho and messed up. So, yeah, heck with you. Yeah. Police do not mess around. If anybody breaks into a bank, they don't mess around with that. They don't mess around with federal crimes. And secondly, if you commit any crime, I mean any crime, you're sure to get your butt busted. And worse, you'll have to appear in court, and the judge can sentence you to prison for a lifetime for multiple federal crimes that you commit. When the federal crimes that you commit and the felonies that you commit keep growing and growing, the more you succeed in robbing your bank and having the end result, and in multiple different crimes like murder and you can add on and on to that, and the more felonies that you commit, the longer time you are sentenced to prison. In fact, most scary thing is that people can commit these federal crimes and that stuff, and they can spend their entire life in prison until the day they die. It isn't fun. It's not funny. So, you know what, people? If you're watching this, then you should know that federal crimes is a really, really biggie. Yeah? You scared of watching this video? Well, you know what? This video is meant to scare you all. It's meant to scare you. The Mexican law-breaking idiot can spend the rest of his time in prison. I don't care. He's an idiot. I hate how his behavior is. And the more people commit these crimes, the more the police need to be aware of this. In fact, do you want to know one of the worst things that I've seen today? I've seen a Facebook post that there were this couple, and they were abusing a 3-month-old child. And they're expected to appear in court in my city on December 27th. And they committed multiple crimes. Guess what that means? They could be sentenced to lifetime in prison. Not only for child abuse, but either the wife or the woman were hitting and attacking each other. That stuff. And that can add on to your prison time. It's not fun. But you know what, people? Here's a warning for you. Before you go think about making these federal crimes, ask yourself this. How long am I going to stay in prison for this? How long am I going to be in jail? How long is the whole world going to hate me for what I did? Ask yourself these questions before you go committing these crimes. Ask yourself these very questions. What will my consequences be in the result of these actions? What will they be? You better you better have been paying attention to what I've said, because this is a dangerous thing to do. And worst of all, you won't be able to get a job after you've done all this. If you were going to try to work for some place like Perkins or some kind of restaurant, whatever, or maybe even, let's say, Peebles, GameStop, Best Buy, FYE. You name the rest of the shops. You name the rest of those big companies that would hire you for a job. But you know what? On your resume, if you put that you've committed multiple felonies, they're not going to hire you. You know why? Because you have been the biggest law-breaking idiot and committed so many felonies that they're not going to accept you. Because you screwed it up big time. So yeah, think about that. There are more consequences than just jail to this. Because jobs could also not accept you for all the felonies and federal crimes that you've committed. And worse, you're not going to be able to take care of your family and not being able to be paid. This is very serious business. This is supposed to be taken very seriously. Federal crimes are not to be committed. And when they are, it results in some very, very, very intense consequences. Not only jail, but you won't get accepted into a job and that stuff. And your family will also want to forget you. And they're going to want to kick you out of the house, not welcome you in the family anymore. And after you get out of jail, they're going to say, like, heck with you. You're not my son. You're not my daughter. You were just a big, screwed up adult that was just born into the world and you just messed it up big time. I'm sorry, you're not my child. Get out of my house. Get out of my life. I don't know you anymore. And if I made crimes like that, I'm pretty sure that my parents would bust me and kick me out of the house. And that they would be seriously mad. And not only that, but they'd also have to appear in court too, because of the crimes that I would commit, that I would have committed. I haven't even committed any crimes. I never even have done anything bad. I never robbed a bank. I never even committed all those other crimes. So I'm pretty much okay with. I know what crimes are bad. I know what I'm doing. I am a grown-up adult. I know what crimes are. I know what to do to commit one, but I'm not going to do it anyway because I know I'm going to get caught by the cops. And I'm not the kind of person who wants to go out there and commit crimes. And I suggest that you take the message in this video from me and become more of a grown-up adult. Resist federal crimes. And leave. Just don't commit these federal crimes. If you don't want to lose all your friends and your family and that stuff, then don't do this kind of crap. This is my video. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. And take my words seriously.